have been reading this book since April. Going into her books blind, honestly, is the best thing. Like, I never read the synopsis. This was just crazy. This was actually insane, fun, very spicy, if you like a spice. But also when I was reading this, I was thinking, like, what else is there to tell me? I hope you guys are doing well. I missed you so much. Did you miss me? I hope so. Honestly, I haven't filmed a sit down video in probably a month. It has been the longest I think I've gone without filming a video in so long. I don't even know what to say. I'm a little bit nervous. Honestly, anyway, I'm rambling on. I missed you guys. If you guys didn't know, you don't follow me on Instagram. Firstly, you should follow me on Instagram because the pictures are picturing, let me tell you. I had the most incredible time in America. If you guys didn't know, I was in America, hence why I was so MIA. I was busy spending all my money on, I don't want to talk about it. The haul, guys. The haul is coming. The amount of money I spent is diabolical. Anyway, what was I saying? Completely lost train of thought. Anyway, I've been away. That is why I have not been uploading. I knew that, to be honest with you, the time was kind of cutting it short. Like last month, it was getting closer and closer to the time when I had to fly, and I was like, I just can't like rush content. Like I can't do it, so I'm just not going to upload while I was away. Then I got back, the jet lag. I didn't expect it. I have been to America a few times in my life. I went a lot when I was younger, and I used to sleep on the plane the whole way. Like the whole way there, the whole way back, I'd be asleep. This time I didn't sleep a wink. On 3 flights I slept 0, therefore we left Atlanta at like 6 p.m. and then we got back at, what was it, like 7 a.m. My body couldn't understand it, and I literally came home and I thought, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tidy the flat to keep myself awake. I gave it an hour and I fell asleep for like 5 hours. It was awful. And then all of last week I was just so tired that I didn't film anything, hence why I'm late with this video. I'm late with my October TBR video, and the LA haul is coming. All the stuff is here. I am going to film it today because it is taking up so much space in the bedroom at the moment. It's actually unreal, and I have so many sweets that I haven't eaten because I need them for the haul. So anyway, I am rambling on. This intro is like 2 minutes long now, and I've rambled on about God knows what. But in today's video, we are of course going through what I read in September. Now, a few things I want to say. The first one, I won't lie to you guys, can I remember everything about all these books? No, because a lot of these I actually read just before I left. I had a week or so before we left to go on holiday, and I was like, I need to knuckle down because I need to get through at least my book club picks, because there's 2, and if I can read more then great. I read 7 books, one of which was a novella, so it was a teeny tiny little one. Well, it was actually, no, it was 180 pages. I'm not going to call it teeny tiny, it was like half a book. Anyway, moral of the story is, so sorry if my descriptions are not top tier today, but I'm going to do my best and try and remember what the books were about. I have a list of all the ratings I gave everything and all the books and what order I read them. I just don't know. I think there's a few that I'm just a little bit like, what was that book even about? You know what I mean? Anyway, let's stop rambling on. Let's dive in to my September reading wrap up. I hope you guys enjoy and carry on watching. So the first book I read in the month of September, you guys are not going to believe it. If you guys have been here for a while and you have watched my TBR videos for a while, you will know that this book has been on a TBR video probably every other month this entire year. Like, this book, I needed to read it because I wanted to finish this series, but for some reason I just couldn't pick it up. Like, I don't know whether it was because I didn't want the series to end, or I don't know what it was. I just could not pick this book up. But this month, last month, I did just that and I read it and it was good. This one I actually gave a 4-star. That's not because I didn't love it as much as the others, but it did focus on a different couple, and I just felt like I was a little bit disappointed because of that, because I love the original couple like so much. But also when I was reading this, I was thinking, like, what else is there to tell me about the OG couple, because their life has kind of been like tied with a little ribbon, do you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of done. So this book focused on Marie and Tyler, and essentially these 2 people are people that you know of in the other books, and I don't want to say why or how because it will spoil it, but basically these are just kind of passing by characters, one of which you kind of don't love for a certain reason. But this book was really good. It's basically about how they kind of come to be, how they become friends, how they become more. I don't want to spoil it very much because I feel like going into too much detail will spoil it, but that was honestly, I'm rambling, guys. This is why I haven't filmed up until now, because I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, Marie is basically a vet, and she works with a lot of dogs and things for people who race dogs. Does that make sense? Like in Alaska, they do like dog races and such, and she's kind of like a vet for people like that. Anyway, Tyler owns his own race team of dogs, and she basically ends up being the vet for his team solely, so he pays her directly and it's kind of like a contract situation, and it basically goes from there. I'm not going to tell you any more because I don't want to spoil it, but what I will say about this series, and I have said it before, this series is so underrated, it's not even funny. Like, this is the most beautiful, found family, wholehearted, like beautiful story. I just loved it. I loved this whole series. It was so incredible. This book was probably my least favourite. However, I did still really like it. I loved kind of knowing other characters as well. And it did finish off the series really nicely. So this one was a 4-star. And again, highly would recommend the series. It is so good. The next book I picked up in the month of September was Pucking Ever After Volume 2. This is part of the Pucking Around Jacksonville Rays series. It's a spicy hockey romance series and it is so good. It's such a fun time. Like, when you read them, it's so, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't want to say it's not serious because there are serious topics within, but it's very easy to read, very fun, very spicy. If you like a spice, so spicy, unreal. This novella, can I remember anything about it? No. I don't have the physical copy, so I can't even read the blurb and pretend like I know what I was talking about. I have no real idea what it was about, and I'm trying to think, to be honest, but I think actually, no, I do remember. It's basically like extra chapters from the books that don't get put within the books, if that makes sense. So it's kind of, it's in a bit of a weird order because it will say like this next chapter is supposed to be after this happens and before this happens in the second book, and you're like, right, okay, I know where I kind of am with that. And it's basically like chapters like that. So I don't love them for that reason because I really have to concentrate at like what point I'm reading, if that makes sense, to really understand where we are in the book. But it was a fun read and I gave this one a 3-star. I thought it added quite a lot to the story at the time. Can I remember a single thing? No. But it was good. It was fun. It was a nice little kind of addition to the story, and I feel like these, because they're shorter, it's just worth reading. They're on Kindle Unlimited, so it's not going to cost you anything to read them unless you don't have Kindle Unlimited, obviously. But yeah, I would recommend, if you're reading the Pucking Around series, definitely read the novellas for that extra little spicy vibe, you know? The next book we have is The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. I really like Jessica Joyce's writing. I read, what was the other one? Was it You With a View, I think it was called, and I really, really loved that book. It was so easy to read, really fun. This one was very similar. The writing style was so enjoyable. It flew, like, I flew through it really quickly, and to be honest, the storyline was really, really good. What I will say, this is very similar in a sense, in my opinion, to the summer, what was that Ali Hazelwood book? Also, sorry if you can hear the window, by the way. So incredibly hot today in October, would you believe? There was an Ali Hazelwood, the summer, A Problematic Summer Romance. Okay, so I didn't love that book. I read that book and I think I gave it like a 2-star. It was not my favourite. This is similar to an extent. However, the couple in this book are not as annoying, and they definitely have a nicer feeling towards each other and they're more likeable as a couple, whereas in that book I just didn't love it. But yeah, this one was really, really good. I gave this one a 3-star. It was really fun. This one focuses on Georgia and Eli, and essentially this is basically like an ex to lovers situation. So they went out years ago, they broke up, and then they basically get put back together in a wedding situation. There's like this whole wedding disaster and they basically work together to fix it. It was a really fun story and I did really enjoy this one. This one was mine and Kelsey's book club pick of the month for our Across the Pond book club, which is linked down below. Completely free. Come over and join us for October's book, which I am so excited about. But yeah, basically this one was really good, a 3-star. I would say it's one of those books that when I'm in it I'm really loving, but now I've read it I'm kind of like, okay, like I probably wouldn't read it again, but it was good at the time. So yeah, a 3-star from me. The next book was actually my book club pick of the month, and again, my book club is down below. It's the Besties book club and October's book as well. I am so excited about it. Honestly, I've got some really good books lined up for the month of October, but my book for September was actually Do Not Disturb by Frida McFadden. A bunch of you guys over there really fancied like a thriller or a Frida book, so I put a few in and this is the one that got picked. If you guys have watched a bunch of my videos before, you will know that I love Frida McFadden's books. I find them so quick, so easy, really bingeable, and I actually finished this one on the plane to LA and it was so just quick and just, I don't know how to describe it, like a classic Frida book. Like I literally just didn't even think about what I was reading and it flew by. This one I gave a 4-star and I really, really had a good time with this one. So this one focuses on a girl called Quinn, and essentially she has committed this crime, okay, and you don't want to believe it at the start because you think like as if that's actually the outcome of the story, because you know what Frida's like. She twists, she turns, you don't know what's kind of happening. But this one essentially tells you right off the bat what is going on, and she ends up basically escaping this situation and heads to, I guess it's like a motel situation, but the twist at the end, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did have a thing, like, I had an inkling, because I know what Frida's like, and it's always gonna be the person you least expect it to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, you never expect that person. So in my head, I'm thinking, right, who do I least think is kind of acting suspicious? And then it was the person who I thought. However, if you don't think of it and you're kind of just enjoying the book, honestly, you will never see it coming. It was just so good. Again, I don't want to tell you too much about this book because I feel like going into her books blind, honestly, is the best thing. Like, I never read the synopsis unless I'm reading it to you guys or like showing it to you guys. I don't ever really read them. But yeah, this one was just a really fun one. It takes place in a really creepy like motel, and in my head I'm thinking like Bates Motel. Like, it's a kind of creepy, really run down, like gross motel, and you just don't know who to trust. It was so good. So yeah, a 4-star read from me. Would highly, highly recommend. And yeah, I would love to know if you read this along with me in the month of I can't speak, in the month of September. Let me know down below. Let me know your thoughts and stuff. But yeah, it was so good. I really enjoyed that one. Next up, we have One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. This one I really enjoyed as well. It was a really good, easy read. And to be honest with you, I would give this one a 3.5, but I do kind of keep my stars as whole stars. Don't ask me why. I think it's because when I started on Goodreads, it only gives you like a whole star review, so I've kind of kept doing whole star reviews. Anyway, this one I gave a 3-star. I would give a 3.5, but I'm gonna go with a 3-star. This book basically focuses on Charlie and Alice, and essentially Alice takes this photo years and years ago of these guys on a boat, and it turns out that Charlie is one of the guys on the boat, and it kind of starts her photography career from that one photo. So it's a very funny kind of like full circle moment, I guess, when she bumps into Charlie at the lake again. They basically have this fun friends to lovers kind of relationship. The banter had me honestly laughing out loud. I really, really enjoyed this one. I think I liked this one a lot more than Every Summer After. I cannot really remember much about the book, I'm not gonna lie to you, but this one was so fun, and it kind of follows on from that. So if you guys want to read that one, I would recommend. But to be honest with you, I love this book for this book, and I don't think knowing anything about the other story really helped, to be honest. It was just a really nice fun read. Obviously we are going into spooky season now, so you might not want to pick this up. However, if you guys live in Australia or anywhere over that way where you have summer in our winter time, this one would be a really good one to pick up. It's such a fun beach read. Like, this would be perfect on the beach, and again, a 3-star. I just really enjoyed it. So that is the next book I picked up. The next book, honestly, I screamed with joy when I finished it, because if you guys know me, you will know I have been reading this book since April. I wish I was joking. I bought this book at the airport when I was on my way to Valencia, which was back in April, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to annotate this book. Let me tell you, annotating is not for me. I am far too OCD and like obsessed with things looking perfect to annotate. It's not for me. I need a ruler, I need highlighters that don't seep through the pages, I need tabs that match the book. Like, it took me too long. So I finished this book finally, and that is Great Big Beautiful I cannot speak. Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I was a little bit disappointed with this one, I won't lie. Whether it's because it took me like a gajillion years to read it, I don't know. But my tabs, look at that. I tabbed the whole thing. The entire thing. And I will say, tabbing it was really fun for the first 100 pages, and then I was like, I cannot keep doing it. It just took me ages. So yeah, for that reason I gave this one a 3-star. The storyline it was okay. However, it was kind of like, what is that book call The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, where it kind of goes into present and then also into like a storyline situation. So basically this is about a girl, I can't even remember what her name is. Like, what is her name? Is there even a blurb on the back? Alice. Oh, she's Alice too, how funny. So basically Alice gets invited to go and work with Margaret to help write her memoir, basically. So she goes, it's similar to Evelyn Hugo, basically, where she tells her this whole life story. Anyway, Alice finds out that there's also this other guy who's like basically working for the exact same position. They're both going to write this book, and then Margaret gets to pick the best one. It's all a bit of a weird situation. Obviously there's a romance, and I will just say, and I mean this in the nicest way, Margaret's story bored me. I didn't care. It sounds awful, but I was just done with it. So like every time there was a chapter and Margaret was talking, I was like, oh, like when will this end? Do you know what I mean? The romance situation, it was okay. It was romancing. Did I love it? No. I felt like it needed to be more, like it wasn't really giving. Do you know what I mean? Which was a shame, because I was so excited about this book, and I have 3 copies of it. I will keep them because they're special editions, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I just didn't love, but all my tabs are tabbing. They all match the cover. But yeah, I don't think I'll be annotating a book anytime soon. I really loved annotating the book that I did for Kelsey, because we both annotated one and swapped it. That was fun because I felt like I was just writing her like little notes, and that was really fun for me. But this one, I don't know, it just took me too long and I just wasn't really in the mood with it. 3-star, ramble over. It just wasn't a vibe. Anyway, that's that. And last but definitely not least was The Surrogate Mother by Frida McFadden. I was on the way home from Atlanta and I was like, I need a book that I can binge. I need a bingeable book, something that I can literally just dive into, and just the 8 hours of the plane, you know, will go like that. However, I did watch Law and Order for 8 hours straight on the plane, so I didn't really read much of this on the plane. I actually read it when I got home, and again, this one was just so fun. It really just, honestly, I'm still thinking about it now, like the twists, the turns, it was just insane. Essentially, this one is about a girl called Abby, and Abby and her partner Sam, they can't have children, so they go through this adoption process and it keeps on failing. So when her assistant basically offers to be her surrogate, she jumps at the chance. Sam's a little bit iffy. He's a bit like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not really gonna work, do you know what I mean? She basically persuades him and they get this surrogate. So essentially, it's Monica's egg and her partner's male egg, and it goes together and it goes in Monica. You know how a surrogate works. Anyway, this was just crazy. This was actually insane. The twists, the turns. Do you know what? I should have expected it. And I didn't, and I gasped. I was so shocked at the ending. I could not believe it. It was just absolutely crazy. So this one I gave, let me check, a 4-star as well. To be honest with you, most of Frida's books are either 3 or 4. I think I've only ever given one of her books like a 3-star, so I really love this one. And honestly, I cannot wait for her. She's got 2 more books, I think, coming out. One maybe even this month, and I think one in January. I cannot wait for those, because I don't think I have any more of her books to read in my possession, which is really sad. So anyway, that was my last read of September, and it was so good. So those are all of the books I managed to read in the busiest month of my life, and I feel like, do you know what, I will take 7 books, I will accept it, and I'm actually quite proud of myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I cannot speak. I've been filming for 20 minutes, I cannot get my words out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys haven't yet subscribed, please do. Honestly, we have gained a few subscribers recently, and I'm so happy you're here, so thankful and so grateful, and I would love for you guys to stick around. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. I love you guys so incredibly much. I hope you guys are excited for the LA vlogs, for the America haul. I am just so excited to share it all with you, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. That is everything. Thank you so much. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.